And I normally would like to speak with him because he will speak his mind. And at the same time, I believe that he's a very positive person who is looking for the betterment of the African continent and his people. Destiny, how are you doing? And good afternoon to you.
Black Rasta.
That's my brother.
Good afternoon.
Yes. I'm happy to have you, and I'm happy that you were able to make it into the studio.
Thank you. It's always a positive vibe when I'm with you, Black.
For real, positive.
Yes.
Now, for how long have you lived in Ghana?
Yes, before we start the interview, let me quickly say a big condolence to Nanaya Ajari. You know her, my superstar actress who lost the mom. So a big condolence to you. God bless you. Yes, you asked me how long have I been in Ghana.
That's right.
I first came to Ghana in 2008.
That's right.
The purpose was actually to watch football during the 2008 Nations Cup. So I came with a Cameroonian friend. And after the game, I noticed that Ghana is a place I could do one or two things. So I went back to Nigeria and I came back in 2010. Then I left again. Then I finally came to settle down in 2012 thereabout. Yeah.
2012 thereabout. Okay. So Destiny, tell me, what exactly did you want to do in Ghana? What was it that you found nice and you wanted to, take advantage of, or better still, work with?
Yes, as of the time I came to Ghana, 2010, 11, 12, that was the time our movie industry here was oil. When you say oil, it was good business. And you see the Nigerian producers were all coming here because we had just freshly had the Boko Haram. You know, the Boko Haram just started newly then. So we were looking for a peaceful place where we can do our business. So when I came here, I noticed that there were so much Nigerian producers here doing business. And I said, wow, with the light situation, with the peace, this is a good place to do business. So that was what attracted me.
Interesting. So you came here to make film?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so you're a filmmaker.
Yes, by God's grace.
Walk me through your film journey. How did you learn how to make film, or did it just come to you natural? What was it like?
Yes, my first drama, I was 7 years old in church. And actually, I put that drama together, a story of King Solomon and thereabouts. I put together, I had a drama team, children drama team. That's how it started. So when I wanted to do film professionally, I didn't go to any film school. I started from the street film school. Now, in that street film school, I had a couple of people I had to learn from. Black Rasta, this is how I learned film. I was going to people's sets without them knowing that I am a scriptwriter, my abilities and what I can do. So I was just learning on the street until I made my first film in 2015. In 2016, I did another film. But after doing these films, I realized that I needed knowledge. I needed to be schooled in filmmaking. So I opted in taking courses with IMI India. So after that IMI Indian course, that was when I came up with Ogbozo.
You mean you went to India?
No, then that was a COVID-19 era. I was supposed to go to India after paying all the fees and accommodation and all of that. COVID-19 came. It was a blessing, and we were all asked to stay in our countries and do the course. So I studied online. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And so far, by God's grace, I've done 9 movies altogether.
Interesting. Yes. And you've been nominated several times. You've won several awards as well.
Yes. Yes, go ahead. I've won 14 so far, by God's grace. Yeah.
I had the opportunity to watch Ogbozo, and it's a very powerful African movie. Now, I was expecting that this movie would have gone international, and it would even be accepted. There's a new kind of what is it called? It's an outfit that accepts African. Netflix. That's what I was looking for. I was expecting that it would be on Netflix. How come it didn't get there?
Yes. First of all, let me point this out. I don't know whether you've seen Black Book.
Not yet.
Black Book. After watching Black Book, I realized that Black Book was shot in 2020.
Wow.
2020. So Black Book and Ogbozo was shot almost the same time. You see, this thing takes time for you to break into the international platform like Netflix. Our agent have submitted it. They are putting it into consideration. But like I said, sometimes it takes up to 3 years. But this film has been tried in several festivals. There is no festival that I've put in that it's not been nominated. Film Freeway says that is the most nominated movie so far on their platform. You see, so how you test a good movie is by cinemas. If you put it in cinema, it goes through, it's selected, it wins award, it shows that it has strength. So these things actually take time for you to put a value on that African film. For Netflix to now say, we're giving you 4 million, 5 million. It takes time. It's not something you wake up to do. And these are some of the patience we don't have sometimes. And you see our movie, when it goes halfway, then that's it. Because the process is very long, Rasta.
What does it take for you to get to Netflix?
Yes, for you to get to Netflix, you must be ready to shoot a Netflix film. That's first. Now, you must, before we shot Ogbozo, we had to speak to several people. I actually wanted to take Ghana to the Oscars. That was the reason for Ogbozo. So as you see, we did 15% English. You know, you've watched it. So because that was the requirement Oscar needed. But with Netflix also, it's almost the same thing. You have to shoot on 4K. They have their requirements. So you look at all these requirements even before you go on set. So when you shoot a movie like that is appealing to their own requirement, you submit it. They have their agents. They have people that acquire for them. You can't just walk into any Netflix office. So those agitators, they carry these films and try to push it for you. When they preview it and it goes through, they like it, they probably will tell you, okay, they give you an offer. When they give you an offer, you accept the offer, then you submit everything that they need you to submit. So these are some of the things that are really needed. It has to be on 4K. The picture quality has to be tight. There are certain cameras you can use that will be approved by Netflix and all of that. Yeah. Original sound score is also very important. You can't use someone's sound score for Netflix. Yeah.
Interesting. Now, Destiny, tell me this. Are you a producer or a director or both?
Yes, I'm both. Yeah, it started like this. I'm actually a scriptwriter by default. So I brought a book to this company, TV3, when I newly came to Ghana. There was a producer here then, and I brought my script. And for me, I felt it was delayed. It wasn't accepted the way I wanted it. You know, every producer with what he wants. So when I got back to myself, I was like, oh, like if this is how it's going to be, because what they were telling me about the script I wrote for a whole 2 years is not what I want to do. So let me try to put myself together and do this. So my first film, I employed a director to direct for me. So he directed for me, and I am somebody that I am an extremist. Anything I want to do, I go to the extreme. So after shooting that was what was the title of the film again? Indian Money. That was it. So after that film, I realized that the only way I can do it well is doing it myself. So I had to call a couple of people to start teaching me how to direct. Then after my course, I started directing fully. So
who taught you how to direct?
Yes. Let me say this. I had this DOP of mine. His name is John Okafor.
Okay.
No, he's my cameraman. And there was this film we wanted to shoot. Then I had employed a director, and the director was misbehaving. I couldn't find him on set. And Okafor told me, Destiny, you are better than this director.
Do you remember the name of the director?
No, I wouldn't mention the director's name.
Oh, you don't want to? Okay.
For respect. So my DOP told me, he said, Destiny, you're better than this guy. You can do it. It's just that I will show you the in and out. As a scriptwriter, as a producer, I believe you can direct this film. It wasn't easy for me. It wasn't easy. There were so many mistakes. I learned so many lessons and all of that. But that was the first time I had the gut to stand behind camera and I said, I want to direct. But after that time, I told myself, now I know what it takes. I have to learn. I have to make myself strong in it. But that is how it started.
Interesting. Anyway. So you went to the film school of the streets. Interesting. Yeah. And then you got into some online courses and you met some other wonderful people as well who directed you and showed you how to be able to stand on your feet. Now in 2012, The film industry in Ghana was oil.
Yes, please.
Now what it is it sand? Is it rock?
Yeah. We are facing challenges. We are facing challenges because we are not getting the value for our creativity.
Is it dead?
As for being dead, I'm a positive person. The industry is not dead. The industry is struggling. That is what it is.
Why?
Yes, the industry is struggling because we shot ourselves on the foot.
Tell me how.
Yes, you see, there are some policies you put together, and if you don't take time, you end up killing yourself.
Tell me.
Whether we like it or not, the Nigerians have the yam and they have the knife.
Okay.
When it comes to film. So there's nothing, it's not like football when anybody can win. But with film, people have prepared for it. They build a fence, they build an industry. It took them decades to build that industry. So if they are coming to do business with you, you should be able to accommodate and open your hands for you to do business with them. Because one thing, whether you like it or not, they've built that fence that anywhere you do movies in Africa, you depend on them to buy it. You have no choice.
That's true.
That's what they have successfully done over time.
Yeah.
Anywhere in Africa you do movie, they decide how much you want to sell it. They decide whether the movie is a hit or not. So such kind of people, you should know how to deal with them. When we had our gatekeepers saying things like, you come into Ghana, you have to deposit $10,000 before you make film and all of that.
Wow.
That was at a time where producers didn't even have $10,000 as budget money here in Ghana. I know what I'm talking about. People were making films with less than $10,000. And you wanted a Nigerian producer to put $10,000 on the table as guarantee before he comes to shoot film.
What was the guarantee for? What was it about?
Good. They had this issue of producers coming here and not paying hotel bills and leave. But this has nothing to do with Nigerians alone. I live here. And I know that some of us who are based here, we also have the same issue. You run into situations that you can't pay your bills off before you finish set. It just have to come between, it has to be an understanding between the producer and the hotel people.
Was it for Nigerians alone or all other people outside Ghana coming in?
Yes, as of that time, I am not sure if every other person was asked, because it was only Nigerians that were actually coming here.
Okay.
And we were asked to deposit a $10,000 as guarantee before you start shooting movie. And that $10,000 is not part of the budget that you needed to shoot film. So when producers started looking at all of that, they went back home and they also strike. You see, there's this... you have to, an eye for an eye thing. Yeah. The Nigerian industry knows how to do that. They went back and told people like Jackie Appiah, if you are coming to Nigeria, you also pay $5,000.
Oh, really?
Yes. If you don't pay $5,000, we are not going to let you work. So people like Jackie, people like others, our actors that started then, they started fighting for us, and they had to put the 10,000 guarantee. They took it off. But as of that time, the Nigerian industry they now realize that, we are even taking our money across the borders and we are getting all these responses. So it's better we put the money in our country. We fence it around for them to come. And that is what is happening today. Because if you go to Enugu, if you go to Asaba, you see many of our Ghana actors there. They are now the one rather going to Nigeria instead of us bringing the money here and leave it here. So that's what happened, Black Rasta.
Oh my God, what a sad situation. Anyway, so, the film industry in Ghana and also in Nigeria, in fact, can be considered to be in the ICU. Is it a global problem?
The film industry in Nigeria is not in ICU.
Oh, it's still working good?
Because we have movies like Jagun Jagun breaking box office. Wow. At this time when we say movies are not selling. You are watching Black Book. Black Book currently is top.
Woman King, is it a Nigerian film?
Yes. Some of those films, they are making millions of dollars, So we cannot say the Nigerian industry is inside ICU. But they twist with time. That is what we don't have here. They twist with time. When things are changing, they change alongside it. When COVID came, they twist with COVID. But here we just stick by what we know. right? And I think that is the problem. That is why we're in ICU
But
here.
in the days when we were seeing Nigerian movies all over the place, everywhere we went, Kenya, everywhere, Nigerian movies inundated the whole of Africa. We don't see that anymore.
Yes, Black Rasta, that is one thing we need to do here. Copyright. Now, the fact that movies are everywhere does not really mean that the producer is making money. Let's not make that mistake. But the way it is now, you don't see our movies on CDs. You don't see them anywhere except the places Nollywood want them to be. And that is the place where money is. Unlike before where you see CDs flying everywhere. You get people, they'll just take one, they duplicate it into millions, they go and sell it everywhere, making money, while the producer is somewhere in Enugu, somewhere in Lagos, hungry, no money. But in this situation, it's no longer like that. If you are selling one, you are making money for one. If you are not selling, you know you are not selling. Instead of making movies for other people to get rich while you are there wallowing in poverty. So the fact that you're not seeing the movies everywhere does not mean they are not making money. They are making money the right way they should make money, and the right way filmmakers should make money.
What is the right way to make money?
The right way to make money is when TV stations don't have to download your films from YouTube and show them for free. This is what we are not putting attention to here in Ghana. Now, copyright affects from the head to the toe. Copyright affects the actor, because as a producer, if you copyright my movies, I'll tell you this, before when I came to Ghana, almost all the TV stations, they buy movie from me. I don't want to mention names. I know how many TV stations I've sold movies to, but now they don't buy. And I start asking questions. Does it mean they don't like our movies anymore? They like, they show, but they no longer buy, they copyright. So this is a problem. And when you have this problem, how do you survive from it? I borrow money, I take a loan from the bank, I go do movies, and my first point of sale should be my home. Yeah, when you know when wache is sweet, after cooking it, your neighbors start bringing plates to buy. Then you know you are selling a good food. So if I have invested here in Ghana and I don't get my people here to buy my content, my TV stations here to buy, they rather want to duplicate it or get it by downloading or without contract or a lot of that. How do they expect other people to watch my films? How do they expect other people to buy my films and watch?
Movies, do they still sell by having them shown at the cinema places and all that?
Yes, that is the biggest way to make money.
Wow.
Like in Nigeria right now, if you do a cinema movie, you could go up to 60-something cinemas. One movie could go around 60-something cinemas. No matter how bad it is, when you go around 60-something cinema, you have something to take back.
Interesting.
But here we have 2-3 cinemas. So, and you don't even have a culture of the film staying that long in that cinema. Maybe 1 week. We have Peter Sedefa film. I think that's the one that I've stayed longest, Aloe Vera, before the COVID took it out, you know. You can't stay that long in the cinema. So people make money from cinemas, but not the way we are doing it here.
Interesting.
That's different.
All right, so it looks like we have to wind up. We have just 1 more minute to go, and my guest in the studio is Destiny Austin Omon. He is a man who is a very interesting personality. He's Nigerian, but when he makes his movies, they go to the credit of Ghana. Am I correct?
Yes, please. And every award I win in the name of Ghana. That's what they should also understand.
Are you going to naturalize as Ghanaian? Is there the need?
I think we are Africans. Instead of me nationalizing, they should take off the borders. That's what I believe.
Oh my God.
We don't need passports. We don't need borders.
Oh my God.
So I really don't need to nationalize. I'm looking towards that day whereby borders will be removed. I don't need to use a green passport. You don't need any other passport. That's what I'm looking forward to. Not to nationalize either as an American, as if no. I just don't need it.
Fire! Fire!
I don't need it.
Fire!
Producer, please get this as a quote and we'll put it out. Instead of naturalizing as a Ghanaian or a Nigerian, please let the borders be removed so that we can walk freely into any country and recognize ourselves as Africans. This is one of the biggest things I have heard this year, and I want to thank you for that, Austin, Destiny Omon. Now, finally, before we go, if you have any other thing to say, please go ahead.
Yes, before we go, I want to use this as an appeal to Ghanaian filmmakers. I've been here for more than a decade. all my kids are Ghanaians. I mean the best for our industry. And that is why we had to go bring Nollywood here, Nollywood Ghana chapter. And because of Nollywood Ghana chapter, Nollywood in Nigeria now look at us with mercy here in Ghana. And they remember that our own is here. When there's anything wrong, when there's anything to share, they remember we have Nollywood here. So I beg them to support Nollywood Ghana chapter. They shouldn't look at us as rivals. Yeah, we are here to support. We are bringing more meat to the soup. We are not here there to drag their pot of soup. God bless you.
Destiny, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Oh my God. And which way, my name Black? Cross the time now to pack up and go. It's been an interesting conversation. 20 minutes straight.